Yeah, pretty much what we're going to do is we're going to go through the slides. I'm going to explain to you pretty much what the program's about, how do you use it, what it's used for, and like where you actually go to edit songs, to add Bible, and then I'm actually going to show you the program itself, how to use it, and you can guys, if you want to come over and practice a little bit, see how it is for you guys. Uses. What do you use this program for? To display songs, show scripture, which is Bible, play PowerPoints and videos, display images, also to play audio from it too, like songs. I forgot to add that to it. And project messages, any type of messages, yes.
What's the name?
Sunbeamer. Yep, you can go to sunbeamer.com and get the program there too. Now let's talk about installation and setup of the program. System requirements for this program. What type of system do you need? Pentium 3 or higher, this is the processor, one of the low processor, so you shouldn't be having a problem nowadays with laptops that you have. At least 128 megabytes of RAM, which is nowadays it's a lot higher. 50 megabytes of disk space, hard drive. At least one of these. Also, they just came out with a Mac version too. It's still in the beta, but you can get it. And this program for Windows, you can get it for free for 30 days trial. Then you have to buy it after that if you want to continue using it. And PC or notebook with 2 video outputs are recommended if you want to display it on projector to display like to a church. This powerful program has been designed for speed and reliability. It is a simple feature, are easy to use, and allow you to create distraction-free for worship within minutes. Easy show songs, scripture, photos, videos. Also you can do DVDs. If you have CD drive, you just insert DVDs, and you actually through this program you can show them. Now I have a problem with this slide to go to the next one, so sorry guys. Come on. Okay, cost. For one PC it costs $120. Then for 5 PCs you see $189, and then 6 PCs $299. But you can actually buy for $120 and install it on your thumb drive and use it on any type of PCs. If you don't have PowerPoint on your computer installed, you can actually go to Microsoft website and download the PowerPoint viewer, which is free. And that way you can actually use your PowerPoints to display PowerPoints and songs through this program. Projection. Multi-monitor support for distraction-free presentation. Display messages, alerts to your congregation without worrying about text length. Sunbeamer will scroll automatically for you. You can actually set it up. If the text is real long, it's actually scroll up for you. You don't have to scroll down. Preview all slides before the congregation sees them, which is on your laptop, before you actually display on a projector or the screen, TV. Work around presentation, size limits of your projector. Sunbeamer can scale down presentation size for your need. Multi-monitor monitors, how do you set it up for multi-monitor? Sunbeamer recommends using a PC or a notebook, laptop with more than one display port. Most of the notebooks now provided. It has that, either 1 or 2, HDMI, VGA, DVI, whatever. This gives you the great advantage that congregation only sees what you want them to see. This way you can see preview of all slides with congregation only they only can see the text which we're going to display to them. That's what you see on your laptop. That's what they will see on the screen or projector, TV, whatever you're going to be displaying at. I just explained to them if you use multi-monitor or projector, that's what you will see on your laptop, and that's what they will see on the screen. Pretty much kind of what you guys see down here when we were singing songs. I'm not sure exactly if they were using Sunbeamer or not. This to use multi-monitor support, you have to enable it in the properties or display adapter in Windows. Pretty much you right-click on your desktop and you go under properties or resolution, I guess, on the newer, and you click on the projector, or the second screen is going to be labeled 1 through whatever, how many monitors you have connected to this computer. You just click to them and then you enable, it's going to be next slide, and you enable extend to my Windows, pretty much. So this is Windows XP, but this is what you're going to see pretty much. You select whatever screen you want to display on the projector. Most projectors will work with resolution 1024 by 768, with recommended using color quality of 24 or 32-bit. If I go back, you can actually select it right there. There's either going to be 24 or 32. There is no higher than that, so that's what recommended, 24 or 32. The second monitor will show the window desktop without icon or taskbar, and nothing will display on it. You guys pretty much, I'm assuming you guys know how Windows works. When you start Sunbeamer, it automatically recognizes the second monitor that you have connected to your computer. Getting started. When you get started with Sunbeamer, it will open it, main window, that's what you see on the screen. The left part, which is this, will contain the schedule. That's whenever you make the schedule, your songs, your scripture, the speaker, whatever you want to do. This is where you put all songs, like I said, and everything else. I'm actually going to explain to you. This is going to be your toolbar at the top, you will see. I will go over each thing that goes, what it is. And you can actually use not just the toolbar, but you can go either file, edit. You guys pretty got an idea. That's pretty much the toolbar. First is going to be, you click to make a new schedule, then open schedule, or you can have a shortcut Control O, save schedule, Control S, open new song, Control N, edit song, Control E, edit item to a schedule, find a song, create a slideshow. That's find a scripture, Bible verse, whatever you're looking for. Whenever the speaker will say, okay, open up, they can display that. Add video, add DVDs, add music, add PowerPoint, add Flash, add live video, open background manager, start presentation, show background image, blank screen, whenever you press B it goes to your blank, instant text, show message, and auto advance, which is plays slideshows for you. Songs. Find and display songs quick and easy. Preview all slides if you have more than one monitor. Sunbeamer will find best font size for the slideshow. You can change the font, but it will find best for you. If you don't like it, you can change it then. Present songs in more than one language. Text, outline, and shadow effect. Ensure that your congregation can read the text easily. Almost any background. I'm going to explain to you guys how to show, change backgrounds and things like that. Unicode supports for international characters, which is, that's your language. You can add font to it. If you guys are going to need it, if you guys have flash drive, I actually have the font for a Russian language called Baltica. You guys heard of it? If you guys are going to need it, I can guys give it to you if you need it.
Baltic?
Baltica, that's what it's called. It's pretty much you select the font, and just pretty much it's Russian. You're going to display in Russian language. Use transition when changing slides. Print sheets for your worship band from same source as your presented. You can even add guitar tabs or chords to the songs whenever you display. Transport songs into a different key. Songs are saved in individual files, so it can be easily transferred to different PC. Unicode support for songs, like I said, different languages. Adding songs to the schedule. This is pretty much going to go step by step, and I'm actually going to show it to you so you can actually see how. First thing you probably want to do is add a few songs to the schedule, the songs that you're going to be singing during the service. Open the insert menu and click song, or the shortcut is Control F for inserting song. Or open the view toolbar menu and click on song if you prefer to have doc list of your songs. Type the name of the song, or you actually can type the number of the song to display. That's what we do in our church. We have actual whole typed up песни возрождения and youth сборник, and we actually have labeled them, numbered them. So we have, okay, if you песни возрождения is number 25, you type it in 25, it actually displays it, choose it, and display that song. Schedule organizer, this is going to be actually a video I'm going to show to you that I should have made for everything, but didn't. This is the way you actually organize, make labels on this program, and then change the colors and organize it the way you want them to see. Or you make it easier. Let's say you have some songs. You have, okay, service, then first set of songs, then service, speaker, Bible verses, and next, and so on. Or you can, like you see, it was added by going to view and then add label, or you can actually right click down here and add label and do the same thing. It's whatever you prefer, whatever is easy for you guys. And also items that have not been displayed. Whenever you click, let's say you see this bolded, whenever you click on the sign, it actually goes from bold to this size. That means it's already been viewed, so you already know which songs already been viewed, which one not, to make it easier on you, or which one scriptures have been used before. Creating a song, you go to open the file menu and click new song, type a title, and enter the word of the song. Separating song page using the dashes. It's actually really important whenever, I don't know if you guys, you can see it, but you see, whenever you type it in verse, then you want to go to the next slideshow, display the next verse or chorus. You actually have to type these 3 lines. That way it actually knows this is the next slide. So, and I'm going to show it to you guys where you do that. Displaying a song. Click on song on the schedule in order to open it. Click on the song page using the mouse. Type number 1 through 9, or you can actually continue clicking, go through first slide to the next slide. These actually, I found these pretty neat. Whenever you press B, it actually takes your song, the words that you have, from the, let's say you display right now, press B, it goes to the blank, right? Then if you press F, it actually fades the text away. We use in church a lot H. Whenever we're done singing the song, we press H, and what it does is actually takes the blank screen, it just displays the background, so they don't see any songs or anything else. Press T to show bridge. Open presentation menu and click transition if you want to use transition and display the song. Add new song to the schedule by using search function item in bold, having them not yet to see, like I already guys explained to you. Whenever you click on the song or scripture, whenever it's in the bold, that means they still did not see it, or you still did not present that song or scripture. Whenever you do it, it's actually go from bold to smaller text. You can immediately press enter to show the first slide to the congregation. If you have multi-monitor system, press space to preview a slideshow in full screen on your monitor, on your screen first before they actually can see it. See how it actually looks. Press space again, actually will take you to the screens of monitors or displays that you have in church. And whenever you press ESC, it actually takes away from the full screen back to normal. Editing song. Separate slides by putting dashes like I told you in empty line. When printing the song sheet, Sunbeam will print an empty line instead. Separate slides only with 2 dashes You can use 3 dashes or you can use 2 dashes if you do not want Sunbeamer to print an empty line. That's if you're planning to print songs in the future. If you want to reprint and there's empty lines, you can just go back and edit Sun and delete from 3 lines into 2 lines. That way you print in the way you wanted it. When writing Sun with multiple languages, write language one below another as followed, which is you can write, let's say, English, Spanish, or Russian, whatever. Let's say you want to display song in Russian and English, right? You're going to be writing in Russian first, then the same thing in English, then Russian and English, and then you would write, put these 2 lines, that's the next slideshow, and you do the same thing and so on. That means whenever you see it, if you guys seen it here, the scripture, whenever they display, you see the Russian text, and then below the English text. So that's how it separates. Russian and English, but it's not going to be like you see Russian and English below, Russian and English. It's going to actually separate below. English is going to be below and Russian is going to be at the top. Assigning a background to a song. Open the background manager using tools, background manager, or press F8 takes you to background manager. Select the background or image and click OK. You can add your own background if you want to by going to or typing in the folder My Documents, Sunbeamer, and Background. That's a default, and I don't think you can actually change it. That's where you can actually save your own backgrounds, and that's where it knows where to get it. Scripture. Find and display scripture. Over 100 Bible translations in different languages available, so you can use different type of translations. Look up verse using book name, chapter, and verse. Quick search and phrase in the entire Bible, so you can actually search the phrase, search the verse, and it will actually find it. Show up 2 translations at the same time. Actually, what you seen today. Scripture. The panel is display the scripture of your congregation. This actually you will see it. Let's say this is whole program. You actually see this on the bottom right, where you can actually select the scriptures. Select translation you like to use. Sunbeamer will automatically detect the Bible file that are in the plugin folder. So you're going to have to insert the Bible of different Bibles that you want to use. If you want to use King James, you can use King James. Russian version, you have to all add it yourself. It doesn't come. It only comes, I think, with a King James version. No, you download it. Also, this is examples where you can search in lookup tools right here. Also, if you press question mark, it actually will find random Bible verse for you. I mean, if you guys want to use that, see what random will pop up. You can actually display the PowerPoints on the Sunbeamer. Like I said, if you do not have a PowerPoint on the computer, if you install on the thumb drive, you can use PowerPoint Viewer. Bring your own PowerPoint. Whoever brings the PowerPoint, you can display it to the church or congregation. And that's what it supports. 2003 up 2010 and 7 also. Well, PowerPoint Viewer 2003 to 2007. Videos. You can play videos through Sunbeamer, use videos as a background actually. So you can have videos displaying at the same time a song displaying. So some people do that, I've seen people using it. It's a neat thing to do, to add some effects to it. Play DVDs. If you have MPG2 or DVD codec installed on your computer, use a live video source in the background. I'm actually going to show it to you whenever you click live video. It actually uses your webcam, and displays you for any ideas. For example, someone wants to make an announcement or something like that. By using that, you can do that. Or you can actually same time use a live video and display the song. Why would you do that? I don't know. So they can see you or who, and it's a neat feature. Present video encoded in Adobe Flash format. Present animations encoded using Adobe Flash. You can display images. Display almost any images you get. The minimum before the service starts. So you pretty much can use anything. As you can see, GPG, BMP, PDF, you can display XPS, or you can create your slideshow yourself. That's at the end of my presentation. I just now want to show you guys actually the program. I'll show you right now the Mac version. I'm not really familiar with Mac because they just a couple months ago they come out with it and it's still in the beta. But this is how it's going to be. Mac version looks like. This is the trial version, so I can't actually really display anything for you. But this is whenever you go, press Scripture, and whenever you add new different Bibles, you can actually display by clicking the Bible verse, and then right here, and then you actually display. If you have a background set, it will set the background. If you have multiple languages set, it will show that too. But I'm actually going to show you the Windows version.
Do you have to pay for additional Bibles?
For additional Bibles? No. I have all Bibles. If you guys will want them, I can give it to you. Russian Bible, and I have a bunch of them. You guys know Andrew, you met him? Yeah, he's the one who gave it to me. He's the one, our main media guy in our church, so. But this is the Bibles that I have. Yes, it's not activated. But this is all different Bibles that I have so far on my computer. English, there's different type of translations, NIV, 1984, 1998. You kind of got an idea. This is how Windows Sunbeam are going to look like. Whenever you open up, it's going to come up with a hints or help with what you need. Whenever you do open up and you want to start with a new schedule, you press down here, you see a new schedule, or you actually can go File and New Schedule right here. The way you add labels, either you go, well, I'm going to show you guys the simplest way, the way I do it. You right click and then you insert label, then you type it in, let's say sermon, right? You want whatever the color, right? Type it in, press OK, displays right there. You want to add song. The easiest way I found, whenever you do add songs and you have it in your plugins folder, you can type it in whatever the number of the song is. You choose the song, press OK, puts the song in the, for some reason it's not displaying Russian. Let me try again. Like you see, we have youth songs. It's kind of hard to see. Is this guys better for you? Can't tell.
Yeah, we get to.
Yeah, youth songs, or we have other songs. You can add them. And for some reason, mine I failed of showing you guys, but I don't understand why it actually is working. Wow. Technical issues, huh? This is the way you add new songs, right? You type it in, the title of the song. Then you would type, let's say, the chorus, right? You would type your chorus here, or verse actually, and recognize it right away. You see highlights with the blue, and you type it in verse 1. Then you would type your whole entire song. Then, whenever you want it to be on the next slideshow, you type it in three dots, 3 lines, like I showed it to you. Then you press Enter, type it in more songs, and you do the same thing. Then, if you want verse 2, you go into verse 2, and it's so on. But then you gotta actually go into right here, and it populates itself, so it recognizes verse 1. For some reason, it didn't recognize verse 2. well, and so on, right? Then you save it, press OK, you save it to the actual main folder, Sunbeamer songs. And then you're going to have to find it where you actually saved it. For me, it's actually already put it right here, and like you see, it separates slide by slide. And you go and so on, and displays the name of the song at the bottom. The way you would want to like explain to you, add new different languages, you would put verse 1, then you type it in Russian. I can't really type in Russian on Windows, but you would type in English. Well, if you want to display Russian first, you type Russian, then you type English, then you type Russian, English, and so on, and verse 2, chorus, and so on. And you do the same thing. To change the background on the song, here's the thing, you guys need to keep in mind, changing background on the song and the Bible, it's two different ways. If you change the background, go into background manager, which is right here, and let's say you want to display this background, right? If you choose it, what it actually does, it only changes on the song. When we go to the Bible, and let's say you want Butiye first, and you actually add the Bible verse into the schedule by clicking add button right here. You can select more than one if you want 10 verses displayed at the same time. You actually click this verse and you see it adds it onto the list, to the schedule itself right there. You want, let's say your pastor is preaching, right? You add the label, enter, you take this label and put it right here. That way you know, okay, whenever Vladimir will be preaching, he has these Bible verses to go, if he gives you right ahead. If not, you gotta listen to it and follow it. To add the background to Bible verse here, as you see, background is not added, even though, let's say you choose here, choose this, it adds like that to itself, right? But different way actually to do it is, you go to Tools, Options, and then you go to Bible. This is for songs, and then you go to Bible, and then you can actually either select the color of the background you want, or select the image, which is it takes you back to this background, and you select it. Whenever you add more backgrounds to the folder, everything's going to be displayed here if there's more folder, or right there. This is so far what I have. This is pretty much what we use right now. Then to select like a Russian language, like the Baltica, the font that I have, that's where you would select it under text settings and color. You can change your font, you can change your color of the text, whatever you would like to do. Whenever you do add the Bible to it, like you see I have only right now added King James, changes the text, and I have Russian. Whenever you do, let's say, add Russian Bible verse, Bible to it, this side will display Russian, this side will display English. What you do is you go to the settings and Bible options, and you gotta actually select same as Bible module, which is what you guys see on this side right here. That will take whatever displays the language on here, it will display it on this side. And then you select the Bible verse that you want. The way you would add the Bible to it, you go to File, Import Song or Bible, and since our format, the XML, that's what pretty much all this format, you click XML and then you choose the Bible where it is, which is on mine is on the desktop, select. Let's say I want New International Version, right? I select it. This is pretty much a script been written. And then now you see I have actually added NIV version to the Bible right here. Whatever you prefer. Let's say you do want to display a live video. You actually press that, and then you see this play button. You actually, whenever you click it, it turns on your, if if you have antivirus, you gotta allow it. It turns on your webcam, you can see it. And same time, whenever you see it, you can actually display Bible verse. And you know, it's a pretty cool feature. I don't know what you guys will be using for, but I mean, it's neat. I find it neat.
А другой input можно писать в webcam?
What's up?
Допустим, с видеомиксера взять video input, not the webcam.
Like from the video mixer, like you have a camera displaying and do that. Yeah, I think you can do that too.
Is there an option to choose?
You will be able to, like device right here, you will be able to select, since this is my virtual box that I use, it's using the virtual box webcam. But yeah, you should be able to, if let's say whatever the camera that you're using should be displaying here, you select that camera and then uses and displays that too. I find a neat feature in the way of, you know, you want to display something, I don't know, like youth conferences. I don't see it used in a church service, but I do see it used in the conferences. And the neat thing is, actually, you see it starts opening up toolbars, which is a lot easier for you to use. If you want to go back to the Bible, you go back to the Bible. Then you can add PowerPoints. I do not have a PowerPoint, so I can't really show it to you on Windows. But whenever you do add it, it opens the PowerPoint, and you can actually go slideshow pretty much what you see here. Pretty easy. You can open songs. If someone, let's say, have a song they want to sing for that with music, right? You can actually, they can give you on a thumb drive if that's what they have in thumb drive. If you have a mixer that's capable of playing on thumb drives, that's what we have. It's pretty easy. But if not, you can actually put it in the thumb drive, choose the song or click it, then you choose the song, open it. Let's see, where would it? Oh, and it's actually right there, right? And then you actually play it. It's actually, and you know, it adds up to your schedule, so you know whenever someone who's going to be singing, you can put, like you see, like I put Vladimir, you can put whoever his name is and that song and the next and so on. Makes it pretty easy. It makes it also the tab down here too, so you can go through easily. You can add DVDs if you do have a DVD, and the codec, the program itself, add it, play videos if you need, or you can actually, if you have just a video, you can play it without a DVD. You can add slideshows to it, if I want to add this picture, then I want to add more, it's okay. Name whatever you want, also adds it to your schedule. Double click it, you can display with Bible verses if you need, or just a slideshow itself. Then, whenever you are in a Bible verse, like I said, you can press, what we use is H, right? Displays the text right there. But as you see right now, on my screen, you see my screen and you see that screen, right? But if you want to display, let's say, just on that screen, the text, and your screen, just main computer like this, what you got to do is go right-click on your desktop. Oh, on this, right-click on your desktop, go to screen resolutions. Well, let's see if I actually identify. That failed. Let's see. For some reason, it's not detecting the projector on my. Maybe just because I'm using VirtualBox. But if you do guys using the Windows, it will actually, whenever you do go to screen resolutions, it will display your projector or the screen that you have, and it will display number 2, 3, 4, and so on. You will click that, and there will be a button where you can click it and say to extend that windows. You can see it on mine. Sorry, I can't really fail to display, but since I'm using VirtualBox, I can't do that. Any guys questions that you have for me? Anything that you would like to know more on this? If you see actually the toolbar down here.
Ты можешь показать, как alerts work?
Alerts?
Yeah.
In a way, what do you mean?
There's a way to show an alert, like if somebody needs their parents and baby
Alerts, let me...
Like a scrolling line or something on the bottom. You were talking about.
Oh, scroll line on the bottom.
Yeah.
I actually don't really exactly know how to do that on this program itself. I know you can do it, but yeah, let's fail. Let's see.
Can you just make a PowerPoint and type it?
I don't have a
No, я
PowerPoint.
думал, там есть такой feature. I'm not sure.
Maybe it's a different program, because whenever you set actual alerts and show at the bottom, no, I actually didn't see on this program itself. If you actually go on their website, the thing is about their website, they don't have a lot of tutorials. You go on YouTube, they don't have a lot of tutorials in English or Russian. It's all going to be like in Spanish or other language. So I had to do actual research myself, actually play with the program itself. So that's one drawback on this program. There's not much tutorials. There's like forum where you can ask questions, but when I was going to answer it, who knows? It doesn't look professional. You can guys see it. You can download the 30-day trial version to try and play.
Какой website?
It's going to be songbeamer.com. And that's where it's going to come with the King James Version Bible itself on it. This language bar down here, if you want to display all languages, you can click language, but you can actually assign to 1 and 2 which language you want to display. If you want to display Russian, you can assign that, and then you, now I disappear that. Let's see. Now where did it went? Option. It actually shows you you can assign to the background image to, let's say you click Control 1, which background you want to display on this on, you can display it easily. We use a lot of this program in our church, and it's really, really useful, because whenever you have 2 screens, you can actually display a song or display a verse while you actually try to find everything down here. So they actually don't see your screen. They see the screen that presented, but they do not see the screen at all. I can't, like I said, I can't display it to you because I guess it's not detecting because of VirtualBox. You guys have any other questions that you would like to know? I mean, I'm going to try to answer as best to my ability, everything that I can, everything that we use.
So for the Bible, like, sometimes there's changes in Russian and English, like in Psalms. I think the Russian version is 1 chapter ahead or behind.
What it's going to do, here I'm going to show it to you. Let's see, Psalms, right? What if you actually see, it actually displays right away. Displays in English down here. It's going to show Psalm 3. That's going to be English version, right?
Yeah.
But then it's going to show like the Russian. This is actually 3rd verse. In English it's going to be 2nd verse, but it's the 3rd verse. If you actually go even farther where it gets even more, like ahead, 1 ahead or not, let's say. In English it's going to display, this is chapter 27. In Russian it's going to be chapter 26. So it actually does show it to you. And right now I do have set up both Russian and English. To change that, I think if you go to Bibles and you select show secondary translation, you can go into English, and what it's actually going to do, Psalm, and actually that shows you an English version right away. So you see where it says 14:19, but right here it says 16:9. That shows English, that's what it is, and this is going to be Russian.
Okay.
So less confusing for people. When I would, let's say, pastor does say, open up to 114:9, right? Or in Russian is going to be 114, so you got to go like 116, and then open up, and verse 8. That's what it's going to display. So you do have to think in English to present, you know what I mean, in Psalms. I'll open to questions. mean, this is just like a scratch surface. This is what we basically use all the time in our church.
Я не все понял. Он мультискрин делает одно и то же, либо разные картинки?
Whatever you set the background to. Let's say you set to, well, it's going to be shown
на 2, то есть на 3 уже понятно, там нужно специально.
No, if you have, let's say, 3 displays, right? You have, let's say, one in the back somewhere, or actually, let's say, take for example this church, right? They have one up front and one displayed on the back. Whatever the background you set is going to display on those screens. You cannot, I don't think you can actually change the different backgrounds on different, screens to display. Because whenever you set the background, it actually recognizes on that. You can't go to select this screen to display this background. It will display one background for all screens.
И видео бэкграунд он распознает, то есть его, если вставлять видео бэкграунд, он будет играть, как бы его можно растянуть, потому что PowerPoint надо, если его не то есть надо делить, где он должен играть, где он останавливается, либо если ты ставишь только на первый слайд, он только на первом будет играть.
No, it's actually...
Здесь он отдельно регулируется или...
Well, whenever you select the video, you can actually do select for one, is it going to be basically the same as the, the same as adding the back, where am I going? Sorry guys. Whenever you do add a video, it's going to be pretty much the same. If you want to just to select for one, where is it? Where did I go? Oh man, come on. You do, what I'm saying is you can select it to play just video in one slideshow, if that's what you're asking, right? Is that what you mean? And then if you go to the next slideshow or next slide, you don't want that video to play, or you want to play. So if you do want to play for the next slideshow, you actually will continue, but then you have to go and add it. Let's say for this background, you want to display separate background from, let's say, this one, right? The way I would do it, let's see, I'll go to Tools, Options, Bible, and select image that you want. Just trying to remember exactly. Now you press OK. Oh, I need to display different so you can guys see it. Why it's not changing? Thought I did it the right way. Yeah. Let's add different. Yeah, it's actually adds on different one. Let's say if you wanted to add on this background on this one, right? You add down there. On this one, you wanted to add different background. Do the same thing. Add it. Go to Tools, Option, and so on. You pretty much select a different background, or you can actually do. I can select also different type of videos if you do have them, which is I don't. I can't really show you how to do. Another thing is if you actually want just to display background while during the service, so it won't be like a blue screen whenever you shut it off, right? But you can actually select the background image right here. And whenever you press, let's say, H and fades the text, it actually displays that particular background that you want. Let's say it's not going to be this one, but whatever you chose to be. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
What they had, right?
Yeah, what they had, pretty much for the song, they had black background, and then whenever they fade it out, it changes back to whatever it was. But you don't have to, you can display text also with it, like the Bible verse of your church Bible verse. or the conference's verse, main verse that you want to display. Yeah.
So you can also play like movies from like Netflix and like iTunes in this room.
You cannot actually add from online. You have to have actually downloaded either video or actually DVD.
Okay.
You cannot go on website and play like that through this Sunbeamer. If you have questions, I mean, it's useful program. Really easy. It makes it actually easy on your church, especially whenever you make these labels. What we actually have in our church, whenever pastor or who's the speaker is, he comes over, gives us Bible verses in the beginning of the church. We add them right here, right away, so you don't have to look while he's preaching and says the Bible verse. You can find them and display them if you fast. That's what we actually do most of the time, a lot. But now we started doing whenever he comes over before the church, gives us the list of the Bible verses he's going to use. We add them right away to this list under his name. And then whenever he says, let's read this Bible verse, right, you click on it, display it right away. It's a little bit harder whenever you try to listen and he say display this Bible verse and you try to find it. You might run into a problem the way he say, let's open up Mark chapter 5 verses 1 through 5, right? You might remember Mark chapter 5, but what's the verses? So you gotta now like try to read and find it, what it is. So it's a little bit harder that way. That way it's easier whenever they come over and give it to you. You can display it right away. Same thing with songs. If they didn't give you the songs in the beginning of the church, what you actually do, let's say they say, let's open up a song in Песня Возрождения, right? Let's say 25. You gotta type it in 00, 2 zeros, and you type 25. And then it opens up the song. You actually press add, press OK. Since my computer for some reason acting up, it doesn't right now recognize for some reason the Russian text. Let me actually if I can check it. Why it doesn't? Still not recognizing, you gotta check why. But usually whenever you do add the song, I have all songs pretty much. This is so on and so on. I think there's like 1,000 or something songs that our church uses. It's pretty much, если вы знаете духовные песни Возрождения, сборник, we have actually whole that sборник typed up, and we add it typed up, and then we can add it to the PowerPoint.
You guys found it, right? Or did you guys have to type something?
No, we actually typed it up. We have a whole entire sборник. We had one person, he actually here today. He actually typed up whole youth sборник himself and then added. But then whenever you do add it, like I said, to the song, you have to, whenever you do add the song to it, then you have to go back and actually add the, let me show you. Import, song select, that's not it. You go to import, songs, XML, and then you go to where your songs are. For some reason, XML, is it? What's the format, is it that one? This format is SNG, so now we figured out what the format is. Actually, that one is text, is it? Seems like I'm trying to play it. Let's see. Whenever you do this a lot, you kind of forget, or whenever you don't do that a lot, you forget. Yeah, this is an SNG file, so let's see if you can do this way. Trying to see. Oh yeah, another thing I actually forgot, guys, to do. See where it says chords, and you want to actually, if some whoever plays on the guitar, plays piano, you want to display chords on the song. You have, let's say, typed up. I'm just kind of giving you an example, right? You press chords, and the song that you selected it, you want to say it starts with a key C, right? You press C, then A, B, and so on. You add it, and actually we'll display that too. I'll actually show it to you. Save it. It has a song. And what? It's supposed to work. I don't know how you do that. Key. You either select the key that you wanted right here, or you can actually select the key down there. I'm not understanding why it's actually not working right now. I apologize, guys.
It's okay.
I prepared to show you the presentation, and I can actually fail at that. It's kind of embarrassing. Any other questions you guys have? I mean, we have until another hour. So, think of questions that you can.
Do you know what video psalm is?
What, video what?
Video psalm?
Video psalm.
Yeah.
Is it like another program that you can use? Is that this? I'm not really familiar with that, but yeah, you can use it same way. There's one, I forget the program also called, it's actually free, but it's not as much as the features as, let's say, on this one. Yeah, you pay 120 bucks for one computer, but if you do install on a thumb drive, you can pretty much use it on any computer. So I mean, it's, you know, if you're planning to display in church and you're the one who's actually doing it all the time, why not have it in a thumb drive? You know, if someone needs to borrow it, just give them a thumb drive, or actually copy and paste to the different thumb drives. I'm pretty sure you can do that. So that way you have it installed on thumb drives and it's always with you. Not like whenever, let's say, it's on the computer crashes and you have to go through the process, calling them and deactivating it, and all that stuff. That's pretty much what I have, unless you guys have questions.
Thank you for your time.
I hope you guys learned something. I mean, I do not understand why it's not detecting the. If you guys do have a thumb drive that you want the Russian format and also songs or Bible, I can give it to you.
You can give us the songs.
Why not? Yeah.
Do you?
If you have thumb drive, 4 megabytes, 4 megabytes big hard drive, yeah, sure.
4 megabytes.
Yeah, that's how big the folder is. But it has he has 3,000 pretty much songs on it. If you actually see, it says items, 3,000 items in this folder. And if you want Bibles, I also can give you Bibles. So.
Do you know which sermon or whatever?
And the Mac version is. Mac version is going to be pretty much the same thing as the Windows. If you do, I can see you probably use Mac, right? Yeah, I don't know, let's say if you some churches I know use Mac, and they actually come up with this version. You see some of the things are not there yet, but they actually do working on it. But it's actually pretty much the same thing. Bible, You do add to it, right? Oh, it looks a little bit different because you see in Windows, this is going to be just split like that, and there's going to be your schedule. Well, your schedule is going to be right here. You right click, add label, type it in, whatever you need to, change the background, add, and it's there. You need to add Bible verse, you select whatever, you click this, adds it. It's pretty much the same thing, same way to change the background. You click that, add background, okay, displays there. So it's pretty much exactly the same way. There might not be like a features on it yet as a live video, like I showed it to you, as of displaying videos or playing DVDs, play movies or videos through it. You can't do that right now because they're still in development. It's still in beta.
But for Windows it works, right?
For Windows it's a full version, yeah. They just come out with this one for Mac because now a lot of churches switching to the Mac because it's more reliable. So it will be exactly the same way whenever you go to file, import Bible, songs, whatever you have, the same way. We can stop the video now. Cool. I'll stop it. Where?
It's on the other side, I think.
This one.